Hi everyone, my name is Geoff and I would like to show how I think offbeat guitar should be played in reggae music or roots reggae music. I call it skanking and this is what I call a skank. So much about terminology. A friend of mine just asked me the other day and told me there was no really helpful tutorial out there, which I cannot judge. But so anyway, I thought I'd give it a shot. Um, the most important thing when it comes down to playing skank or offbeat guitar in a reggae song or band is first the action of your left hand and the position of your arm and the action of your wrist. So I play with a pick. I think it's very difficult to play skanks without a pick, although I think you should be able to play everything without a pick in guitar. For this very matter, I think it's cool to have a pick because it's just very percussive. Sorry guys. Because it's a very percussive stuff to do, so it's helpful to have a pick. I usually hold it like this because it helps me having the wrist like I need to have it. Maybe come a bit closer. So I will really put it like down on my two fingers and put my thumb on it and then really, and maybe you have noticed already that my elbow is not moving at all. It's only coming here like a whip, suck, suck. And I think the skank should be some kind of a whip. It's like a small axe, you know? And the more aggressive you play it, and the more accurate action you have on your left hand, the more tight it's going to sound. Because I think what it's about, I don't think you need a lot of skills to do it, and I'm not particularly skilled guitar player. I just love playing reggae, among others. And the next thing is to understand what this very skank is about. It has a very special role in reggae music, and if you don't accept, understand, and humbly respect this role, then you won't be able to play it right. So the role is just to have a little bit of harmony, because you play a chord obviously, but mostly a percussive moment between silence bits, leaving space for the bass line. So you're only gonna play on the downbeat and you're gonna leave space for everything else, because reggae music is mostly about space. So if we start with do's and don'ts, keep the skank short or put more emphasis depending on how much space you get. So first things first, play it short. In order to play it short, you have to control your left hand, which means you will always hit this, pressure the string only together with the downstroke and then release it as soon as possible, or you will play with this release whenever you're able to play proper skanks. But first exercise is just to do it as short as possible. So I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it's really a short moment where you actually push on the neck and then release. If I don't do this, then it's gonna sound shit. So that's the whole issue. That's the first thing. Only push the strings when the stroke hits. Second thing is, remember, we're playing the downbeat. So you're not going to do an upstroke, because upstrokes is for people who don't know how to play reggae. It might be for ska music, but it's not really percussive. So if you want to do it to have this percussive effect, this aggressive, smooth, quiet effect, then you have to do the upstroke, the downstroke, sorry. I mean, unless you're like I don't know, like some crazy jazz guitar player wants to like a couple of offbeats within the song, then do whatever you want. But if you want to play proper reggae song, then stick to that. And I'm going to show you a little example that's obviously or hopefully explaining everything. Let's take the song Natural Mystic, Bob Marley and the Wailers. The intro is very simple, it's just an A minor. And you will see the difference. If I go like doing a normal, like a bad upstroke with no rhythm or low action, boom, 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 there comes the bass, boom, 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 then all of a sudden it makes sense, right? So you have to listen when you play skanks. You're going to play together with the hi-hat. The hi-hat is usually going to emphasize the downbeat, so it's going to go like boom. So you go together with the hi-hat, and if you manage to really stick to the hi-hat, then your band is going to groove, because both of you are leaving enough space for the bass and for the bubbling on the keyboards, for example, or for the melody or anything. So I think the most important thing is to actually understand that, leave the space, and try to have percussive, precise hits. So what I do in order to achieve that is that I don't play the 6 strings. I usually just play 4 strings, depending on how many you need for your chords, but usually in reggae music the chords are not that complicated, so it's usually simple minor or major chords or 7s. Yeah, I usually really focus on the A, G, A, D, G and B string, sometimes also the higher E strings, but I don't play the lower E string at all, and I actually put my thumb on it so that I prevent it from ringing unwantedly, because I tend to think like if I play, it works, but it doesn't have the same action as when and there's enough harmony in there to actually fulfill what you have to do, which is just giving a little hint of the harmony of the song, but mostly having this percussive hit. And then the cool thing about this pressing and releasing from the strings is that you can actually play around with it. So go. And this is what reggae is about. First, you take the least amount of space required to make a groove, and then you just fill the gaps here and there whenever the other musicians give you space to do it. And then you can start like playing around and but first you should know how to play proper skank and stick where you belong, meaning on the downbeat and nothing else, and use this whip movement, you know, don't go like, it's style, but it's not gonna make a difference sound wise. Finally, like since we're talking about Natural Mystic, watch how Bob Marley does it, because he's a great rhythm guitar player, and yeah, his movements are so quiet and yet so percussive and tight, and I think it gives exactly what you need. So look at him, there's really cool live videos, especially of this song Natural Mystic, and you will really see the movement he has. It's really, and then he really takes his time to release the strings and his hands. So you see this difference between the quietness of the movement and the percussivity of the hit. And if you manage to do this and really having this then you'll sound just fine, and the people in your band will be happy, and then you might experiment with other stuff. So I hope it was helpful. I hope I didn't talk too much, and if there's any feedback on this video, I can also show some stuff about other ways to play reggae music, other skanks, like the double skank or the chaka chaka, like the Peter Tosh style, or the early reggae stuff, or show the differences, or maybe do some picking stuff. I don't know, maybe you can hit me if you want, and if not, then don't do it. And I hope it was at least helpful, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye, and always keep the love for reggae music.